When you think of the Netherlands, you may think of windmills, tulip fields, Amsterdam and famous painters like Van Gogh and Rembrandt. But this flat little country in Europe has so much more to offer, especially if you're into nature or hiking. You just have to know where to find the right spots. That's where we come in. In this series, we're exploring hiking possibilities in the Netherlands. We will show you specific areas, go through the different routes and give you practical information, tips and recommendations. We're starting with the beautiful dunes and forests of the Amsterdamse Waterleidingduinen, which in English translates to Amsterdam Water Supply Dunes. The Amsterdam Water Supply Dunes is a gorgeous nature reserve located along the coast of the Netherlands, between Zandvoort and Noordwijk. It's an area of 3,400 hectares, around 5 kilometers wide and 10 kilometers long. For the viewers in the United States, that's 8,400 acres and 3.1 by 6.2 miles. It's a pretty big area with a few different types of terrain. As the name suggests, most of the area is covered in dunes. There are white sandy dunes, grey dunes with flowery grass fields and wet valleys in between with many small pools. Besides, there are also some lush forests at certain locations with beautiful oak, alder, birch and beech trees. The area is divided in 3 different zones. First, there's a strolling core where visitors can enjoy the peaceful and quiet nature. This is the core of the reserve where avid hikers can have a great time. Secondly, there's the sea zone, which functions as a seawall that reaches heights of up to 20 meters, which is about 65 feet. This area consists mostly of white dunes with dusty sand. Lastly, there's the inner dune, which is located near the entrances to the park and is aimed at people who like short walks. This zone has well-maintained paths and colored routes for easy navigating. The forests are located in this area as well. Besides being a great place to relax and do some hikes, the dunes have a function to filter rainwater. This is the first step in the process to create fresh drinking water for at least 2/3 of Amsterdam's residents. About 70 million cubic meters of fresh drinking water is filtered through the area per year, which is about 28,000 Olympic swimming pools. You can encounter all kinds of wildlife during your walks. There are a whole lot of wild fallow and roe deer just strolling around. Please try and leave them be and keep your distance when you encounter them. If you're lucky, you can catch a glimpse of some foxes, a European pine marten or a Eurasian bittern. Besides that, there are lots of different birds, insects and mushrooms throughout the reserve, so bird watchers might enjoy the area as well. So let's dive into the routes. The Amsterdam Water Supply Dunes is the perfect place for hiking. The paths are well maintained, the nature itself is beautiful and there's a large variety of hikes you can do. There are 4 main entrances to the park. Each entrance has 2 hikes you can do by following the color-coded poles along the way. There are also several routes you can do by using a map from the visitor center. And there is a day hike available that you can take around the park. This is a 30-kilometer walk that takes you about 6 hours. Most of these routes are loops that end up at the same place where you started. Each entrance has a map at the beginning where you can see most of the routes. You can also check the website for all available paths. We'll put a link in the description. Besides the regular routes, you can make your own. You're allowed to go off the path within the nature reserve and just walk any direction you'd like. This is especially great in the strolling core, where it's really open and quiet. You can easily just stroll around for a day without seeing other people. You can go a direction every time you visit and no hike will be the same. Let's get practical. How can you get there? How much does it cost? And when is the park open? Let's get to it. As I've said before, there are 4 different entrances to the park. We'll go through all of the entrances from north to south. The first entrance is called Zandvoortselaan and is located in Zandvoort. It's on the route to the beach of Zandvoort, which is also known as Amsterdam Beach to tourists. You start in a small forest area, but you eventually walk into a wide and open dune landscape. There's also lots of water nearby this entrance, so if you'd like to see beautiful channels and small lakes, this is the place to go. The second entrance is called Oase and is located in Vogelenzang. The entrance is located in the forest area of the park, so if you like the woods, this is the perfect place to start your hike. The visitor center is also located near the entrance. It's called the Oranjekom, so if you need more information, you're welcome to drop by during visiting hours. The third entrance is also located in Vogelenzang and is called Pannenland. You start out in a gorgeous forest with lots of different trees. If you follow the main path, you eventually walk into the wide open dune landscape where you can easily make your own path. The fourth and last entrance is located in de Zilk and is also named that way. This entrance is located right in the wide and open dune landscape, making it the perfect starting zone for going off path. There are also lots of small hills nearby, so if you're into elevation differences, this is the place to be. All entrances have parking for cars and bikes. There's also a bus stop nearby each of the entrances, which makes them easily accessible by public transport. Just put in the address for the entrance of your choice into Google Maps and it'll show you how to get there. It costs €1.50 for a ticket to the park. Visitors under 18 years can go for free. You can park your car for the whole day for €2 and pay for both tickets at the entrance using a debit or credit card. You can buy the entry ticket online as well. The park is open between sunrise and sunset throughout the year, so it's only closed when the sun is down. The visitor center at the Oase entrance is usually open on Tuesday till Sunday from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, including holidays. Two of the main entrances have a restaurant where you can have a nice meal after your hike. The Panneland entrance has a restaurant called Boshut het Panneland. It has classic Dutch pancakes, sandwiches, soup and lots of other dishes and beverages. There's also a terrace and you can even get some delicious ice cream. Check their website for more information and when they're open. The Zandvoortselaan entrance has a restaurant called Dune. Besides the regular Dutch pancakes and sandwiches, you can order pokeballs, sushi, burgers and other dishes. It has a terrace and even an area that looks like a beach. Check their website for more information and when they're open. Besides these two restaurants, there are several other restaurants outside the park. Or you can just bring some food yourself and have a picnic. To keep the park clean and healthy for everyone, the park has several rules. The main rule is that the park is meant for walking and running only. No cycling or skating is allowed in the park. And unfortunately for dog owners, dogs are not allowed. But if you want to cycle through the dunes, there's a beautiful cycling path along the coast. There are several other rules you need to keep into account. I'll sum them up quickly. No swimming, camping or open fires. You're not allowed to feed, hunt or take the animals. Drones and metal detectors are not allowed. And lastly, keep your clothes on. Naked recreation is not allowed. You should have your entry ticket on hand when you're in the park. And of course make sure to keep the park clean. Keep your waste with you until you find a garbage bin. You can find more information on the official website of the park. The website is in Dutch, but you can use Google Translate to translate it to English. You can also go to the visitor center or send them an email. We'll put the links in the description.
We love going to the Amsterdam Water Supply Dunes. We go there a lot and would love to give you some tips and recommendations.
The best time to go is during spring and summer, when the dunes are green and the weather can get quite nice. Autumn can also be really beautiful when you go through the forest areas. But even in bad or cold weather, the park is a beautiful place to take a nice hike. Just wear the appropriate clothing. What we like to do when we go to the Silk entrance is to walk to the beach, walk along the beach for a bit and then head back towards the entrance. It can be a long trip, but it's really great with good weather. For a nice short hike, we recommend the orange route at the Oase entrance. This takes you about 1.5 hours, where you mostly go through the forest and parts of the dune landscape. We also like to get off the path and just explore the area. Just pick a direction and go. This can be really peaceful, since you probably won't encounter anyone else. Just bring some good shoes and make sure your phone is charged if you need a GPS to find your way back. When you walk through the dunes, you're going to be exposed to the sun, so make sure to use sunscreen, wear a cap or use sunglasses. The sun can get quite strong, especially during the summertime. Another tip is to go with a group and bring a ball, frisbee or anything else you can use to play some fun games with. You can do tag, hide and seek or any other game. We actually organize something called Dunes Day during the summer. It's a day where we go hiking with friends and play lots of fun and crazy games. We'll put a link with more information in the description.
That's it for our first Hiking the Netherlands video. There's a reason why we chose the Amsterdam Water Supply Dunes as our first episode. We really love this place. We like to go here as much as possible for a relaxing stroll or a longer hike. We like the Silk entrance the most. You can just go off the path immediately and explore the grassy dunelands in any direction. We also really like that cycling isn't allowed inside the nature reserve. A lot of Dutch parks have mixed paths for hikers and cyclists, which can be quite inconvenient for hikers, especially if you have to share a small path and have to make way. In the dune area, there are dedicated paths for cyclists, so everyone gets to enjoy the park, which is a major plus in our book. Whenever you're in the Netherlands and the weather allows for it, we highly recommend you coming here. It's a beautiful nature reserve where you can relax and enjoy some nice hikes. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like the video and subscribe to our channel if you're interested in more content like this. We're also making a compilation video of this area, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.